records for having the longest running show with the same host in the same time slot on the same network. With that chapter closing, I'm looking forward to the future, what my next chapter will bring. But for now, for here, it's time to hang up the nightly suspenders.
Good afternoon and welcome to iNet. I'm Tali Campbell from Tali Productions. You may know him, actually you probably do know him, Larry King. He's pretty much been in your television forever. For the past 25 years he's broadcast a talk show called Larry King Live. He's been awarded a Guinness World Record for the longest running nightly talk show in the same time slot, in the same network, and the same host. Now that's incredible. But he's actually announcing his retirement this fall. His contract does not end until 2011, but he's ending his contract soon. For a look back at this incredible 25 years of broadcasting, we're heading to Victoria with Christopher. Chris?
Larry King, known around the world for his CNN program, announced on June 29, 2010 that he would be stepping down from his internationally acclaimed position. Now, Larry might be best known for his CNN program, however, he had a strong and vibrant career stretching back even before the inception of CNN.
Born in 1933, Larry King got his start by landing a job at Florida radio station WHAR. The station is now known as WMBM. King's first duties at the station consisted of cleaning up and performing miscellaneous assigned tasks. But when one of the radio announcers quit, King was thrown onto the air. It wasn't long before King's on-air presence landed him an interview job at Miami radio station WIOD. Larry's career really seemed to be taking off when he landed a job hosting a popular television program, Miami Undercover. Larry lost it all, however, when he was accused of grand larceny by a business partner in 1971.
The larceny charges didn't stop King for very long. He was acquitted in 1972, and in 1978 he was hosting a national radio program. Of course, it wouldn't be too long after that that King's face would become known across the United States and around the world.
Take 11, Mike Q, New York. Good afternoon from the World Trade Center.
The cable news network, or CNN, launched in 1980, and by 1985, Larry King had become an integral part of the network. CNN's online biography of King boasts that Larry conducted more than 40,000 interviews throughout his career, many with people who wouldn't otherwise appear on an interview program. Larry King Live has been quite a unique program, with guests ranging from alleged psychics to prominent politicians. King has a unique, frank interviewing style that manages to attract subjects which may not appear on any other interview program.
Now, Larry's hasty departure from CNN has led many to wonder just why he is stepping down from his nightly program. And with more on why the King is stepping down from his throne, here is Tali Campbell.
Well, thank you, Chris. That's right. Why is he leaving is the big question. Speculations are all over the board. He says he's leaving due to family matters. He has been married 8 times to 7 different women. He wants to spend more time with his wife. He has 5 children he feels he needs to tend to more. But other speculations say CNN has pressured him to retire early because of rating droppings and other such things. Now, Larry King has announced that he'll not leave the entire network completely. He will still do different specials with CNN. Now we're heading back to Victoria to Chris. Chris?
So Larry King has been a huge part of CNN for more than 2 decades, and his hasty departure from the network has led many to question what it means for CNN as a whole, and whether their image is going to suffer. The weekend after King's announcement, CNN's reliable sources discussed this, along with other aspects of King's departure, in detail.
Zurich's going to get the last word here. If they hire one of these talent show guys for the new Larry King, Piers Morgan, Ryan Seacrest, what does that do to your perception of CNN as a news network?
It doesn't. I mean, as you said last week on the Spitzer question, it doesn't feel like CNN to me. And it really worries me. Listen, this is a crucial time for CNN. It's reinventing primetime. And that might sound like a small thing, but it's really reinventing its image in a way. And if they get it wrong with this 9 o'clock show, it's going to be big trouble for that network.
And something tells me if they get it wrong, you'll be back to tell us about that.
Now, although the general consensus is that the loss of Larry King is going to deal some huge knockout blow to CNN's image, I don't personally think that this is going to ruin the network. As long as CNN replaces Larry King with a legitimate interview program, the network's reputation for hard news and unbiased reporting is going to remain intact. After all, Ted Turner created CNN with the intent that the news and not the personality was to be the star. And with more on just who the suspenders may be passed off to, here is Tali Campbell.
Well, Chris, when it comes to television, you always need to have someone remain as a host. I understand it'll no longer be called Larry King Live, but it'll be called something else. There's three main possibilities candidates that will replace Larry King. It's not an easy decision from CNN executives, I can tell you for sure. Katie Couric, anchor and managing editor for CBC News and a correspondent for 60 Minutes, is one that's been announced. Also, Ryan Seacrest. It happens to be Larry King's favorite choice, even though Larry King admits he does not know of Ryan's political knowledge. Ryan Seacrest hosts American Idol. He does stuff with the E! Network, and he also owns his own talk show. Do you think he can actually handle another nightly talk show? I don't think so. The name that's been, the name that has popped up the most is Piers Morgan. Piers is a snotty man, I tell you the truth. He is one of the judges for America's Got Talent and also UK's Got Talent. He's also former tabloid editor, and he's quite the skill, and I bet you he could be one of the candidates. But as you know, Kevin Newman leaving, Lloyd Robertson leaving, both are replaced by women. Is this the next generation of women? Could Katie Couric be the next one? I think the two candidates will be Katie or Piers Morgan. I do not think Ryan Seacrest will have time to do this. But with that said, this is going to be definitely CNN executives are going to have a hard time deciding who they're going to pass on these suspenders to.
I think that Larry King's retirement is just one crack in the foundation that is television news. Things are changing in the business. As you mentioned, Tali, Lloyd Robertson and Kevin Newman, two prominent anchors in this country, are retiring. I think as people move to get their news online, the battle for ratings is going to become intense. I just hope the news in television news is not left far behind. Tali?
Well, for sure, Chris. I'm Tali Campbell and Nanaimo. Have a good night, everybody.
The proceeding was a joint production between iNet Online and Tali Productions. Please visit our websites.